Hi everyone, this is Maria's Budgeting. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you are new. So today I'm going to be doing my weekly check-in for the 5th week of March. So it's going to be hopefully a pretty quick check-in just because I'm only going to be checking in for 3 days, which is from the 29th through the 31st. So let's go ahead and get started. My first transaction on the 29th was a groceries transaction for Rancho San Miguel, and that was a total of $5 that I spent there. I also did go to Safeway. It was also a groceries expense, and I did spend $35 there. On the 30th, I did go to Macy's and I spent $20 on some clothes. It was only some sweats that I got, so that was $20. And then I also did go to In-N-Out with my parents, and that did cost $30. This is coming out of my restaurant's cash envelope. For the 30th, I still had 2 more transactions. In the evening, I did go to a cafe with my boyfriend, and that did cost $23. That is for the 30th. I'm actually going to put it on the 29th. I'll put this one on the 29th since I can't fit it in the 30th. And then I also did go to Safeway that day as well. So this Safeway transaction is for the 30th. This is actually, yes, for the 30th. But it doesn't fit here, so I'll just put it on the 29th again. So it looks like I went to Safeway twice, but no, it's just that it doesn't fit in the other day. And then on the actual 31st, which is Monday, I did get Jersey Mike's, and that did cost me $8. This is coming out of restaurants. And those are all of my transactions for the week. So I did get paid on the 28th, so I went ahead and stuffed that day. And then for the 29th, 30th, and 31st, I did have to do its own weekly check-in only for 3 days. I usually do it from Saturday to Friday, but since it is a new month, I do have to stop it here. So that's why it's only a 3-day weekly check-in. I already have my numbers here. So I added 50 to dates, gas 100, groceries 120, restaurants 100, and spending 35. Budgeted is just a placeholder. So let's go ahead and check in. So for dates, I did have the cafe transaction for 23. So I spent 23 and I had a 50, so that gives me a remaining of 27. On to gas. I don't think I got gas. I did not. So 0 for gas and $100 remaining. On to groceries. I did have 2 to 3 grocery transactions. So Rancho San Miguel was 5, then Safeway 35, so that's 40, plus $9 for Safeway is 49. So I spent 49. So that gives me 71 remaining. On to restaurants. I do have In-N-Out for 30 along with Jersey Mike's for 8. So that gives me a total of 38. And I started with 100. So that gives me 62 remaining. And spending, it was nothing. So I have 35 remaining. And unbudgeted is just a placeholder, but I didn't have any unbudgeted transactions, so there's nothing there. So my last transaction would be just my clothing sinking fund transaction. If you guys are new, I am a credit card user, so during these weekly check-in videos, I go ahead and unstuff the envelopes that I use. I deposit the money to the bank and I pay off my credit cards. So that's a reason why I have my wallet out and some money to the side. I also do want to mention the app Fetch. It is an app that you can download to your phone. You can scan receipts to give you points for the receipts, and points can be redeemed for gift cards. So I am going to leave my code on screen and down below in case you guys are interested in signing up using my code. So let's go ahead and start off with my wallet. So here I have dates, and for dates I am unstuffing 23. So I have 50, and I'm taking, I'm taking 27 back, and hopefully this is enough change. Okay, so 27. And then onto gas, I didn't use anything, so I still have 100 in here. Onto groceries, I'm unstuffing 49, so I'm taking 60, and I'm bringing 11 back. That should be 71, 20, 40, 60, 70, and 1. On to restaurants. For restaurants, I am unstuffing 38. Actually have enough to remove. So let's see, 20, 30, 5, 6, 7, 8. So leftover, I should have 62. So let's see, 50, 60, 1, 2. Perfect. And then on to spending, we should still have 35. So we still have 35. Okay. That is it for my wallet. And then onto my sinking funds. Just gonna put my binder here. I am unstuffing 20 from clothing. Here it is. So okay. We have 20 here. Okay, so there's that. I am just going to mark off my clothing transaction really quick for my sinking fund transaction log spread. And other than that, we've already unstuffed everything. So let's see how much we should have here on the tray. So we spent 23 from dates, 49 from groceries, 38 from restaurants, and then 20 from clothing. So that is 130. I did start with 50, so let me take that out. So here's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, and 50. And then here we have 50, 70, 90, 110, and 130. Perfect. So that is correct. I unstuffed all the money that I need to go ahead and pay off my credit card for the week. And then I'm just going to go back so I can mark off my sinking fund transaction. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.